Unfortunately, because there's too many people, this means that when we go back to war, at least 50% of humanity will die off in World War III. So, this is the war in Ukraine. And already millions of people are dying in this war. But if you look at the war in Ukraine, it's essentially a 19th century war, okay? It's almost like World War I. I know World War I happened in the 20th century, but it's really a 19th century war where you are trying to kill as many soldiers as possible, okay? And that's what's happening in Ukraine. What I will show you is that Iran will be the first 21st century war. So, America in round one tried to use shock and awe. Shock and awe is basically you decapitate the leadership, okay? You destroy the military, and you destroy production. That's the idea of shock and awe. I come in, I kill your leadership, I kill your military, I kill your war factories. And you do it as soon as possible. But this is not working against Iran because they prepared this war for 20 years, so it's decentralized. So you've killed their leaders, but they don't care because they just have new leaders come into place. Their military is hidden. They're hidden in mountains, and their factories also hidden in mountains as well. So even though the Americans have really destroyed much of Iran's war fighting capacity, Iran is still in this fight. So what's going to happen is that over the next few months, America is going to shift its strategy into a 21st century war strategy, okay? Which will have three components. Okay? The first component is economic strangulation. I will destroy your economy, your entire economy. Second is ethnic tension. I will try to create as much conflict as possible between the different peoples in Iran. And the third thing is destroy civilian infrastructure. Basically, I want to destroy people's capacity to access water, electricity, and food, the basic necessities of life. Why do I want to do that? Because if people cannot access these things, they get angry, right? Then if they get angry, I can channel this anger against the government, because it's easier for them to attack the government than it is to attack the US military, which is the ones destroying all this infrastructure. So this is what a 21st century war strategy looks like. And this is what the Americans will deploy in Iran over the next few months. Now, why haven't they done this before? Well, because these are war crimes. There are lots of treaties, the Geneva Convention, that prohibit you from fighting these wars. But as the Americans become much more desperate, as they continue to lose this war, they'll be like, screw this, I'm gonna win this war no matter what it takes, okay? So let me show you how this war will be fought. So right now, they're trying to target weapons. They're trying to target military bases. That doesn't get you anywhere, okay? You need to better use your weapon systems because you just don't have enough munitions to destroy the entire Iranian military, okay? So you have to be strategic now. And so you target things that have huge impact on the civilian population as well as the economy, right? So the most basic thing is water. Look guys, these are all dams and reservoirs around Iran. Okay? I don't have to destroy all of them, but I strategically destroy some of them. This is going to create a lot of pressure on the civilian population. They'll be very angry, they might protest against the government. Also, transportation networks, right? These are roads and railways. This is important because Tehran is a city of 10 million people, and they do not grow their own food. So if I attack the roads leading to Tehran, if I attack strategic hubs, then it's very hard for food to move from place to place. I don't have to destroy the entire food supply. I can't do that. I don't have enough weapons, but I'm being strategic about it. I'm putting strain on Tehran's capacity to feed its own population. Power plants, okay? These are all power plants around Iran. And it's really easy to destroy these power plants. So does that make sense? So the idea is, war, the rules of engagement require me to only attack soldiers and only attack weapons. But eventually I'm going to run out of munitions if I keep on doing that. And it's not going to destroy Iran's capacity to fight. They won't surrender. So now I need to be more strategic with how I use my munitions, how I use my bombs. And so I want to create as much damage as possible. And the best way to do that is by targeting key infrastructure, power plants, desalination plants, roads, railway networks. Okay? I can't destroy all of them, but I can create as much havoc as possible over time so the civilian population gets very angry. So my best weapon in this war are no longer my planes and my aircraft carriers. My best weapon is the Iranian people themselves. And this is what a 21st century war looks like. It's very slow, it's very methodical, it's pretty evil.